What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on EI Entertainment Studios, back at it with another debate episode. Today's debate episode, we're going to be talking about Shin Destroya versus Kong. So here's the plan, folks. We're going to go over the backstory of these two giant kaijus, and once we're done analyzing them, we're going to put them up against each other in a death battle. So without further ado, let's begin with the backstory of our main opponent today, which is Shin Destroya. So Shin Destroya came to its existence after the red body fluid of Shin Godzilla was excreted into the Pacific Ocean, and the radiation that mixed with the red body fluid created an oxygen-killing element that formed into a new life form that has evolved to destroy and kill life, known as Shin Destroya. Now, for abilities, we're going to do a quick skim. We're going to basically, as I said, skim over it, finish off Shin Destroya, and then come back and do a deep analysis before I move on to Kong, so do not worry. But for now, quick skim. Ability skim goes as follows. Crown Zap, Oxygen Destroyer Wing, Evolution Ability, Flying Ram. Alright. Height is 186 meters tall, approximately. Territorial level is maximum, aggression level is maximum, and biome is unlimited, and I'll explain that right now. So let's go back to the abilities and let's explain them. First, with the Crown Zap. We all know that Shin Destroya has a big horn on top of its head, and that's basically its crown. Kind of similar to Space Godzilla. Not the same thing, but kind of similar. It's a pretty interesting comparison, but yeah. So the Crown Zap is basically like a laser. Obviously, it's not like an atomic breath or anything. It's kind of like a it's similar to King Ghidorah's gravity beam. It's very similar, but obviously it's not the same thing. I think that's the best comparison I can put it. However, this is a more modified version of Destroya. It's Shin Destroya mixed with Shin DNA. So obviously this Zap actually has elements of Shin Godzilla's atomic laser. So it's a laser slash electrical impulse that basically destroys flesh and basically explodes everything in its path. It's a very powerful defensive and offensive ability known as the Crown Zap. Next is the Oxygen Destroyer Wing, one of the most powerful abilities that Shin Destroya possesses. Now, when a bird, a monster, anything that has wings and flaps its wings, what does it create? It creates winds. With this specific creature, when it creates winds, it actually puts out the element that destroys oxygen, and it sends that towards its opponent. So when Shin Destroya flaps its wings, it sends out destroyed oxygen, basically, destroyed oxygen to its opponent. And it chokes it out. Very powerful ability. And it goes in pretty much almost any direction. After that, we have the Evolution ability. Basically, Shin Destroya can evolve because of Shin DNA, can change forms, also can adapt and evolve to fit the situation, just like Shin Godzilla went from Form 1 to Form 2 to Form 3 to Form 4 to fit the environment that he was in. And that's why the biome is unlimited. As I said, I would explain it, because it could evolve and adapt to fit the environment. It could evolve and adapt anywhere. And finally, we have the Flying Ram. Shin Destroya can fly and ram into its opponents with the horn facing down and basically stabbing its opponents to death. Alright, folks. That's gonna sum up Shin Destroya. Let's move on to King Kong, or known as the King of Skull Island. He is a giant superspecies of ape that has grown to immense size. From Kong's Skull Island, where Kong was only an infant, he has fully grown, now making himself equal, well, we should say almost equal, to Godzilla. Having super intelligent abilities and massive strength makes him a super threat to any, and I mean any, Titan, including Godzilla himself. Now, abilities, quick skim, same process. Unmatched agility, super intelligence, able to jump anywhere, super fast, death punch, Godzilla dorsal plate axe. Now, territorial level is maximum, aggression is maximum, biome is Earth, and height is approximately 102 meters tall of the newest edition of legendaries, Kong, right? Okay, let's go back to the abilities. Let's do a deep analysis, shall we? So, first on the list, we are going to have the unmatched agility. And Kong is a primate, he will have the most unmatched agility. And as I've said this in many videos, Godzilla in the last film, Godzilla vs. Kong, had very good agility, but it was still not even close to Kong's agility. He is the most fastest kaiju I've ever seen in the MonsterVerse. He is super fast and super quick. He can jump anywhere, basically. And that's one of the abilities, and we'll get to that. After this, we have the super intelligence. As I said, he is not only fast, but he's also very smart. He can ambush, he can plan out attacks, and he can even speak sign language to humans, making him super, 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 super intelligent, right? And this one kind of connects to the first ability, which is unmatched agility. Kong can basically jump almost anywhere because he's really good at that, because he's a monkey. Very self-explanatory. He's also super fast, and he can run fast, kick fast, punch fast. Basically, he can do a lot of things super, super fast. He also has a death punch. Now, what is this death punch? He's a giant gorilla with very giant and powerful muscles. What does that mean? If he gets a good uppercut with that much power, he can potentially not only knock out an opponent, but kill an opponent altogether by breaking their neck and their bones in the neck because of all that power. And then we have the Godzilla Dorsal Plate Axe, which he got it from his ancestors, and it's only able to be used when only legendary Godzilla's Atomic Breath fuels it up, charges it, and it can basically explode when it hits an opponent or an object or a target, whatever you want to call it. But without all that good stuff, he can still obviously stab his opponents with it. Alright folks, this is going to sum up both of our kaijus. What we're going to do now is what we've all been waiting for, Deep Death Battle. So we're going to go close range and far range. The reason why I do far range is because it restricts some abilities of the opponents. We're trying to see if an opponent can still win if some of its abilities are restricted. A very, very wonderful and great way to test them out. And the other one is obviously just close range, face to face. So we're going to start with far range first. The rule is this: they have to be 700 meters apart. Cannot come closer than that. So basically means no physical contact. Absolutely no physical contact. So let's start off with Shin Destroyer. Let's see what abilities he can and cannot use in terms of far range. So Crown Zap, it's a laser, it's meant to go far distance, so that's fine. There we go, there's Destroyer right there for you. Oxygen Destroyer Wing will also, actually, it will work if it's windy. If it's not windy, we're going to assume everything is fine, the weather is perfect, and there is no wind to be making a fair fight, so the Oxygen Destroyer Wing will not work 700 meters. So he actually cannot use that. Alright. Evolution ability does not matter on how far he is from his opponent, so that is actually invalid. So yes, he can use the evolution ability. Flying Ram also cannot be used because that requires physical contact with the opponent. He needs to hit the opponent. So basically the only thing he can use is the Crown Zap. Now, moving on to Kong, what can Kong use or not use? So unmatched agility has nothing to do with how far he is, so that's fine. Super intelligence, that's fine. Able to jump anywhere as long as he's not getting any physical contact, so he's with the opponent, he's fine with that as well. Now, moving on. Super fast, sure. Death Punch, absolutely not. Godzilla Dorsal Plate, he can only throw it, and it does not come back. Remember, it's not a frisbee, it's a axe. So obviously in this far distance fight, Kong is very not well equipped as a kaiju, because he is now in the level of all the kaijus, because he is very, very big and tall, and he is in the MonsterVerse. With unmatched agility, not going to do anything for him. Super intelligence, yeah, he could be smart. He could basically start running around, but it's to a point where Shin Destroyer's Zap, or known as his Crown Zap, is going to catch Kong. It's gonna catch him, and it's gonna cause a lot of damage to him. The only option Kong here has is to throw the Godzilla Dorsal Plate Axe, and assuming he lands it, it's not coming back to him. So he lands it. It will do some damage to Shin Destroyer, but that's it. He is done with offense. He needs to go to defensive. So because of no other offensive abilities, the Crown Zap is going to destroy, if not kill, make Kong submit. So in far range, Kong is the loser, and Shin Destroyer is the winner. Now, close range is a whole different ballgame. So before we continue, it is 1-0 because of far range for Shin Destroyer. Now let's go to close range. Now let's take into consideration. Shin Destroyer is 186 meters tall. Kong is 102 meters tall. So there's quite the difference. It's a pretty big difference. However, Kong is very powerful, and Kong is very fast. In a face-to-face battle, Shin Destroyer is not going to be that quick. He's bulky, he's big, and he's slow. Kong is going to be all over the place, running around, jumping around like a monkey, because he is a freaking monkey. And he's basically going to start stabbing Shin Destroyer in different parts of the body with the axe, and basically creating a bloodbath, really. And as a response, I believe, for Shin Destroyer, he can use the Oxygen Destroyer Wing, and that is going to choke out Kong from any direction. So even though Kong is going to give a lot of, say, battle to Shin Destroyer, the Oxygen Destroyer Wing, I mean, it doesn't matter if Kong was fighting Shin Destroyer or regular Destroyer. I just don't see Kong personally being able to overtake Destroyer. It was only Godzilla that could take over Destroyer. Only. No other kaiju has the power. Even King Ghidorah cannot take over Destroyer. That's how much demonic and powerful this creature is. Its only goal is to kill. And Kong just personally just does not have the ability to overtake. And taking away everything else, the Oxygen Destroyer Wing is enough to kill Kong. And making it 2-0, the winner is going to be Shin Destroyer. Obviously, this is just my opinion. You can debate me in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing and clicking the bell button for always getting notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great and wonderful day.